Greetings everyone, this is the Sage of Calidor with another video for you about the Numenorian civilization. This time we are going over the reign of Tar Elendil, another king of Numenor. Some quick background to him. He had a long life up until this point. He had three children, two daughters and one son. We'll get to that later. His name, he had a special title called Paramate, which in Elven tongue meant book-handed. And so he took over the scepter after his father retired. And his reign I would describe as a shift in Numenor, because up until this point, Numenor was largely left to itself. But now, things are going to change, because early during his reign, the captain of the king's ships, Vientor, sailed his ship to Middle-earth, and he went to the Grey Havens, or Mithlond, where he met Gil-galad, the High King of the Noldor, and the head of one of the most powerful kingdoms of the Elves. And that started a friendship which eventually brokered into an alliance between elves and men. Elendil and Gil-galad got into contact with each other and started to form relationships and friendships. Gil-galad introduced them to races of men, like the ancestors of the men of Bree, the ancestors of the men of Rohan. Well, not those, sorry, but like basically the middlemen, like the men that were allies and friends of the Numenorians, but were not Numenorians themselves. Their ancestors and examples would be the men of Dale, the men of Rohan, the men of Bree. Those races of men, those groups of men, were middlemen, and several tribes at this time asked Gil-galad to introduce them to the Numenorians, and this happened. And so the alliance of elves and men started at this point, and this would have great effects. So Vientor returned home due to his work as a hero, and he asked Elendil for a boon, as it were. I do not, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I will tell you what happened first. His daughter, Almarian, married Erimon, the crown prince. And this is important because the crown prince was more of a stargazer than someone who loved the sea. And I believe this marriage was done for some sort of political purposes, but his daughter Almarian was said to possess great beauty. So maybe the crown prince liked her enough. I mean, just because they live a long time does not mean they don't feel stuff like what little kids think. I can tell you this, young men, they see a girl and think she's beautiful, they want to date her. That works. So that happens, and this would have an effect. But the fate of his daughters, particularly his eldest, Silmarillion, who from her comes the line of Aragorn and Elendil, they were given the ring of Barahir. And the significance of this is it originally was owned by Finrod, the brother of Galadriel. It was given to Barahir, the father of Beren, and now it has returned to. Now it's being given to Aragorn's line, and this is why Aragorn has the ring. To tell you the significance of this ring, you see this ring a few times in the movies, but in the book he gave, when Aragorn proposed to Arwen, he gave her this ring as a betrothal gift. So this is where Aragorn got it. Also at this point, the Numenorians started exploring Middle-earth thanks to the work of the captain of the ships, and started to develop friendly relations with the elves and the other groups of men. They would not stay there too much. They would come, they would trade gifts and information, and they would come home. This is during the early stages. Of course, other things were going on. Amroth founded Etheliond during this time period. Ethelion was in Gondor around Dol Amroth. And to tell you who Amroth is, he's a Cinder elf who became King of Lorien, but due to some unfortunate accidents, he was lost. The information says he was lost at sea. And so that's what happened. But Ethelion would be important because it's around Dol Guldur and Sorry, did I say Dol Guldur? I'm sorry. Ethelion was around Dol Amroth. So would become a province in Gondor. So Ethelion would be a powerful, or one of the powerful port cities of Dol Amroth, and Dol Amroth would be a powerful principality of Gondor. And in one of the books, Legolas noted the princes of Dol Amroth had elf blood in their veins, and this is why. Elves settled there for a time, and when the Numenorians came, they intermarried with each other. Also, Eregion was founded. It was centered around Osten Heel. It was the realm of Celebrimbor, and so it was founded during this point. But back to the Numenorians. This is Aldarion, the grandson of Elendil, and he inherited his grandfather's love for the seas, and he grew up, and when he was old enough, his grandfather took him to meet Gil-galad, and that left an impression on him. And as soon as he grew up, Aldarion started going on voyages of his own. He explored the coasts of Middle-earth from Mithlond to Gondor, and just to give you a visual on how much it is, Mithlond is right here. Gondor is right here. So he went up and down all of this area. That is that is a lot. In the year 740 of the Second Age, Elendil surrendered the scepter, and allowed his son Iramon to take over. And he passed away in the year 750. His life saw the beginning of an alliance with the elves. Numenor gaining confidence as a nation. They are going across the sea. But at the same time, Numenor is on a course to destiny. And we will see that in the future. And that closes. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Please give your comments or questions or anything or any critique. I tripped over my notes for a little bit. I confused Dol Amroth with Dol Guldur. My defense, both of them start with Dol, so it kind of makes sense. It's kind of problematic a little bit. But I'm looking for more improvement to this channel. I want this channel to grow. I like doing this. And please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.